Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to cover a couple of things in this video. Now, I'm not a big mod guy. Like, I'll look at mods. I'll even utilize some mods here and there, but mods isn't one of my favorite aspects of PC gaming. I totally understand how everybody, or a lot of people, love mods, and it's a big aspect of what drew them into PC gaming. It's great. It literally offers endless content to a lot of games, and some of the mods are just as good, if not better, than the developer created content. And this might be one of my favorite mods of all time that just dropped for Dragon Ball FighterZ. It is such a cool mod, as somebody has modded in Yami Yugi from the Yu-Gi-Oh anime series as a character, and it would be one thing if it was just a mod with a character skin and whatnot. This mod is so well done that I just have to gush about it for a little bit. And I see stuff like this, the Fallout 4 London mod, and even though mods aren't the thing that, again, I gravitate to all the time, I am blown away by the effort and the quality that is dropped in some of these mods. And again, this is one of my favorite ones that I've ever seen, so I want to talk a little bit about that. We got some other Steam game updates. One of the better games of 2025 is getting a great free update in early 2026. That's Kronos the New Dawn. We'll get to that. And 007 First Light, a game that I'm very excited for, done by IO Interactive, the same developers behind the Hitman games, that has seen a little bit of a delay. We'll talk that at the end of this video. But first of all, shout out to the Dragon Ball FighterZ Yami Yugi character mod done by Kong Mang. This mod is incredible. Literally modding in Yami Yugi as a character in Dragon Ball FighterZ, the fighting game done by Arc System Works, and generally incredibly well received. Very well received, I would say. I know people are a little bit upset with the lack of updates and whatnot, but an incredibly stylish fighting game from Arc System Works, and this mod is incredible. When it comes to modding in characters, especially a character like Yugi, you would want the character to be doing justice to the source material, Yu-Gi-Oh! And oh my goodness, as somebody that grew up watching the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, this is an incredible, incredible mod. From right off the jump, Yugi has Dark Magician, and you see Dark Magic Attack, and, everything that Dark Magician is known for. Then it swaps to Dark Magician Girl. You see Celtic Guardian in there as well. Summon Skull is in there. Swords of Revealing Light, the spell card Mirror Force, is utilized as an ability as well. But my favorite aspect of this mod has to be the super, in which Breaker the Magical Warrior comes out, and they literally recreate the scene. I know, I'm gushing a little bit, but I'm a huge fan, if you guys didn't realize, of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. The absolutely awesome scene in the anime where Yami Yugi absolutely cooks Weevil, and he uses a spell card Berserker Soul into Breaker the Magical Warrior, attacking over and over again. And I believe in that season is when they have the Seal of Orichalcos into place, and they took, real damage from, the life points being drained and getting attacked. Yeah, I'm weebing out right now. They took real, physical harm from the life points being drained, and Yami Yugi, just to punish Weevil, just kept attacking him with the spell card Berserker. So you just draw cards, and if you draw a monster card, I believe it does an additional attack, and it went over and over again. And that scene is so iconic that right after I'm done recording this video, I'm gonna pull up that scene and watch it again, and Yugi's just screaming Monster Kado, and then Breaker just attacks over and over again. It's a goated scene. That's all I'm saying. It's an absolutely goated scene. And then beyond that, another one of his special abilities or ultimate moves is Exodia, and that's auto kill, which Exodia should be. If you draw all 5 pieces of Exodia, I believe in the card game, the legal rule set is you play 2 out of 3. It's best 2 of 3, but Exodia just wins you the game. You win all of the subsequent duels and whatnot. So Exodia in this case auto wins you the match, which I think is apropos. But absolutely awesome mod. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below. And yeah, fantastic stuff, man. Modders, even though it's not the scene that I follow all the time, every now and again when I see a mod, I'm just like, dude, this is incredible. And it's breathing life into a game that came out 7 years ago, 7.5 years ago. And that's what you see with mods a lot. It's breathing life into these games that I don't want to say have been abandoned by the development studio, but aren't getting regular content updates and whatnot. And, you know, they bring life. Look at how long Skyrim has been one of the most played games on Steam. It's been 14 years since that game came out, and it's still a game people talk about with all of the modding support. You know, Bethesda won't give us a new Skyrim or an Elder Scrolls title, excuse me. I know they're working on Elder Scrolls 6, but you get the idea. It takes them a billion years, but modders will keep Skyrim alive and they'll add new content. You have so many great mods, conversion mods and things of that nature with Skyrim that it's worthwhile to go back. I know my buddy that's super into Elden Ring, he just played through the convergence mod on Elden Ring and he's just gushing about that as well and how much mileage he's gotten out of that game just with mods. You spend like, you know, $60, let's say, on launch day for a game, and then mods all of a sudden give you way more content, just an endless supply and stream of content that if you're into that scene, man, that's one of the biggest drawing cards of PC gaming. Even though it's not up my alley, I'm not installing mods all the time and whatnot, you'd be a fool if you can't objectively assess that mods have to be one of the greatest benefits to PC gaming. And just seeing something like that, the Yami Yugi mod, is incredible. So awesome mod. Like I said, this has to be one of my favorite mods of all time because it just hits home with me. Like, first of all, Dragon Ball FighterZ and Arc System Works, I love their style in terms of how they present fighting games, but then you take from my childhood, one of the most iconic anime characters of all time in Yami Yugi. Like, think what you want about Yu-Gi-Oh! And whatnot, but Yami Yugi, I think, if you're around my age group, like, you're at least familiar with watching some of the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Episodes, and to see that translated into fighters, pretty darn incredible. So definitely check that out. One of my favorite mods, literally, of all time that I've seen. Moving on from that, Kronos the New Dawn was a game that I really enjoyed in 2025. It had some issues, and I've been not critical, but I've just been vocal about the fact that the game can get pretty challenging. Well, guess what? Bloober Team has heard the concerns, and they are going to be adding an easier difficulty option, Temporal Diver Mode, in early 2026. So this will offer you an easier way to play the game. Kronos the New Dawn was a game developed to challenge the players, Bloober Team said in the announcement, but we heard your voices and we know that some of us want to explore the story behind the game in your own pace. So right now we're working on a new difficulty setting that'll be introduced in early 2026. Such is our calling. I thought Kronos, from an atmosphere standpoint, a tension standpoint, was great, and maybe a lot of the difficult aspects of the game, and people will question whether or not the game was actually difficult. I thought it was fairly challenging. I think challenging would be the right word. I wouldn't say it was like brutally difficult. Like, I wouldn't put it at the level of a lot of the harder Souls-like games and whatnot, but there's definitely a level of challenge to it that might turn some people off, and I would have liked the addition of an easier difficulty option. But I've always said, if I can make it through a game, literally anybody can make it through a game. Nobody has excuses if I can make it through a game. Actually, you know what? I have more time than most people to play video games, so that's not exactly true. I'm in a advantageous position with that, but I digress. What I'm trying to say is I'm trash at video games, and if I can make it through, I feel like most people should be able to make it through. But still, would I have liked the option for an easier difficulty in Kronos? Yeah, absolutely, but I do think it's a quality survival horror title. I think it deserves a lot more love. I know that, you know, the price point may have been something that pushed some people away at $60. It is 25% off for $45. It is discounted even further at a lot of our partners, so go check it out there, but excited for more people willing to check it out. Very positive reception on the game, 2,900 reviews, 87% positive. I believe the game is at an 80, in the 80s, I should say, in Metacritic, maybe the high 70s, but I thought it was worthwhile. And lastly, I do want to note that one of my more anticipated games of 2026 has seen a little bit of a delay. 007 First Light has been delayed to May 27th of 2026, no longer out on March the 27th. Just a 2-month delay, not the biggest deal in the world, but you know, this is going to be a big title from IO Interactive. They're noting that it's the most ambitious project that they've ever done, which I feel like for major studios, your next game is generally going to be your most ambitious project because that's generally what's received. Sometimes I think the ambition, while I appreciate it, I think it leads to games going a little bit astray, but I loved what I've seen out of 007 First Light. I know some people were down on the art style. Man, I love the art style in this game. I can't believe some people are so down on it. Like, I love the vibes of the game. I love the art style. I think the visual art direction is great, and I'm excited to check it out. The only thing is, it's gonna be a $70 game, and I can totally see it end up being like a 15-ish hour game, which 15 hours for $70, it's gonna be a tough sell. Look, we've seen the song and dance with $70 games. Some games do absolutely fine at a $70 price point, and then other games I feel like it's just generally a hard sell. Even games that came from notable IPs like Metal Gear Delta Snake Eater, if I look at this that game's concurrent Steam player count, I would have expected that game to do a lot better, but I just think that $70 price tag is a tall ask for a lot of people, and a lot of people will check out Delta Snake Eater. It's just when that game gets cheaper. I think 007 First Light is going to face a lot of that, where there's going to be excitement and interest in the game. Interest would be the better word. There's going to be interest in the game, but I just think that $70 price tag for some of these games is just going to push people away. So it is what it is, $70 on that, but it will be out May 27th. Now that's gonna do it for me. Again, I know I gushed a while about that Yami Yugi mod in Fighters, Dragon Ball Fighters, but that's one of the great mods that I've seen, and that user, Kong Mang, has done a lot of mods within Dragon Ball Fighters. They also did Dio from, I believe that's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm not a big JoJo guy, don't send me to the gallows, but nonetheless, Yami Yugi, totally up my alley. Kronos the New Dawn will be getting an update in early 26 to add a easier gameplay mode, and 007 First Light, a bit of a delay. It'll be out 2 months later now in May of next year, May 27th to be exact. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.